Hello everyone, welcome to History Forge. My name is Taylor Hamblin. I'm going to be reviewing the last part of an annotated bibliography, which are the annotations themselves. So if you're my students, this is the very end part. Oops, I always get these emails. At the very end of an annotated bib, after you do all the citations and everything, you want to do what we call the annotations. And the annotations are actually the little descriptions under the citation. So I understand that can be really confusing, so what I'm going to do is just make some comments on this Google Doc here. And this is actually a real Google Doc. This is from a student who made it to nationals or qualified for nationals a couple years ago. So this is a really good bibliography to use. Before I really get into it, let's review real fast what the bibliography should look like. Remember, on the very top, you should have up here, it says Annotated Bib. And then you should also have a section called Primary Sources right here. And if I scroll down a little bit, we'll see the one that says Secondary Sources right there. So, that's what you need to do. Make sure you have both those things. Now, remember, too, you need to have citations, and that's what these things are right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Citations, hit comment. So these are called citations. Remember, on my other videos, I talk about how you create this. This helps people find your information. This also proves that you actually did the work. So these are really important if you're going to be a researcher. Even if you're not a researcher one day, it's still going to be important for, especially high school and college. You are going to be really expected to be able to do things like this because no matter what you choose to do in life, you're going to have to do research on something, and it's really important for you to be able to show people that you know where you got your information from. So we do want to make sure we're focusing on that. So we have our citations right here. Like the thing I just listed, this little yellow highlight, that's the citation, okay? Here's the annotation, this part that I'm now highlighting. I forgot how to spell it. There we go. Yep. So that's an annotation. It's kind of hard to tell the difference between the two, but there you go. So the highlights on top is an annotation. I kind of realized that highlight makes it hard to tell, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to highlight it a different color. There you go. So the green thing right here, that's an annotation. And here's the deal. I'm going to even give you this too. This is what an annotation needs to be. For every single source, you need to answer, this question. So I'm going to write it right here. I'm going to say, what did this source do to help you understand your topic? Or, how did this source help prove your thesis? You need to answer that question in 2 to 3 sentences for every single source. This proves to your judges, it proves to me that you did in fact do the research. Every year we have students who try to plagiarize, or we have students who did not do work in the beginning, and they now need to show us that they did in fact do work. So this just proves to me, it proves to your judges that you in fact did the research. So right here, I will go ahead and unhighlight this and put it in bold. You need to answer that question for every single one that you've done. If you're essays and websites, you now have a week to do that. These things are due on March 1st. Yeah, you guys have March 1st until midnight. And then everybody else, you have a little bit longer, but you do need to get these done. So that's pretty much it. I want you guys to take care of that. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will also have this, entire annotated bib for you to see, so you guys can actually check it out. And this is what a good annotated bib looks like. It looks just like this. You see how there are spaces in between. I want it to look exactly like this, both grammar-wise, font, everything needs to look just like it, okay? So, that's it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Thanks. Bye.